Kampala, like many other cities in the developing world, is growing very fast with high population densities resulting largely from rural-urban migration. This influx of people has always put pressure on the available social amenities and infrastructure, which are expanding disproportionately with population. Orderly settlements, provision of social services and infrastructure are prerequisites for a healthy and habitable environment. However, the majority of Kampala's population is in the low-income bracket, living under very difficult conditions. As a result, inadequate infrastructure, safe water and sanitation, secure tenure, and employment for the poor are posing enormous challenges to the city authorities. Sustainable Neighborhood in Focus, SNF, is one of the Focus Cities Research Initiative projects of International Development Research Center, IDRC, being implemented in the parishes of Kasubi, Makerere 2, and Bwaise 3 in Kampala City. SNF is a research and development project that aims to improve the living conditions of poor communities while reducing poverty. It focuses on waste management, flooding and household incomes, and policy change. Uncollected solid waste, or that which is poorly disposed of, poses health risks and remains a nuisance in the neighborhood. Much of this waste also ends up in drainage channels, which are blocked, causing flooding in the project site.
Mu bitundu bino ebyaffe teri kasasiro wetumugirwa kati buli muntu abeera redde nti walengera ku nkuba oba okuteeka okumpi n'omwala mukoka waayita kati byonna ne bijja mu bigobere eno nga bifa eyo waggulu eyo n'eri waggulu kale n'eri byonna abeeri waggulu eyo bo bateeka okumpi n'emyala gino egiri mu bikulukutira emyala mu bikulukutira ne bisobola okuba nti enkuba bwejja byonna ebifuga.
Flooding inhibits accessibility, destabilizes social lives, and destroys property. For fear of their lives, some people have vacated their homes due to the increasingly unbearable floods in the project area.
Nze namakula mbeera mu Kawaala zone wano nduddemu okumala ebbanga ddene era mu enkaddiidi naye kino ekitutuuseeko kiyitirivu tetukirabanga kasookanga nkula kutuuka wano amazzi nezimbira obuyumba bwange wano nkuumirewo obukadde bwange okuva ku kali akayumba nabo n'obuzigo amazzi gaagobamu abapangisa nange kennyini mbadde nina eyange mwensula sikyagisulamu nenzira mu kazigo akamu ennyumba enene yange nenjiddukamu. Ekikuba ekitutiza ddala amazzi mwala guli omunene bwe kutusa amazzi senga omwala guli gugwa tubadde tujja kutereera kubanga tugagumiddemu ebbanga ddene naye olwo omwala guli bwe gutusiza ddala amazzi bwe gujjula ne guyiwa eno n'ebidomola bye baateeka mu luguudo luli omwala bwe gujjula ebidomola biyiwa eno wabwe.
Children and their education have not been spared either. They abandon their classes due to these floods.
If it rains, our books get wet. If it rains, our clothes get wet. If it rains, the road full of water. If it rains, we miss to go to school.
Health risks and disease outbreaks such as cholera and dysentery have become chronic due to lack of proper sanitation and good hygiene.
The environmental burdens in terms of flooding, in terms of wastes, are so great here for the people that it affects their way of their life, the well-being. You can have a look at the housing, it's damp. Lots of it is surrounded by water. They try to mitigate against the flooding, but still the water gets into the houses, and that has implications on the property. It has implications on how they stay in their rooms, and given that the houses are also small in terms of space, that means congestion and health problems.
Policy reform and change is necessary to address these challenges.
Of course, we've been getting floods, but within a short time, the water is, the drainages are clear, or there is a better flow after maybe 2-3 hours. But this time we have got a long spell of floods, remaining in the place and people's houses for a longer time, days and weeks, just because of the construction of the northern bypass. It was constructed in the wetland, and therefore it has settled on a number of other streams which could take away the water. And because of that, it has blocked a number of these streams, and the soils dumped have also blocked the major culverts, and because of that, it has prolonged and increased the floods for this year. However, a number of programs have been put in place, among which we have the enlargement of the Sova channel. So this channel, in our plans, we needed to enlarge it, to widen it, so that it can collect all the water from the different areas.
We have planned to line the drainage channels all over the division, Kasubi inclusive, and some of the channels are complete now. We have recently completed Kasubi drain, but for some others, the disbursement of funds was affected because it was supposed to come from central government. So for the last 2 financial years, we haven't received any money. So all the projects that we had approved for the LGDP fund have stalled. Nothing has been done, and we are now looking around for some other NGOs that could invest in this area. Like we've contacted Concern Worldwide and another organization called CIDI. They have agreed to invest some money in the parishes where they work.
With Kampala City Council as the major partner in the project implementation, consultations and dialogue among researchers, local leaders and residents will review existing policies for improvement in decision-making to address the problems. The project approach is largely participatory action research, supplemented with contemporary methodologies. This project is expected to achieve certain outcomes such as change in community practices, policy reform, enhanced community and policy actor dialogue through the various interventions that are underway.